Now on CoastTV News.
Cyclist hit in Rehoboth Beach. What police say led to the crash. Fenwick flooding.
It's only getting worse.
How a $300,000 study could reshape Fenwick Island's future. Route 24 risks.
I am terrified to drive.
New ideas on the table to cut delays and prevent crashes in Long Neck.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with a cyclist left with life-threatening injuries in Rehoboth Beach. On your screen now is the location where Rehoboth Beach police say a cyclist was hit early yesterday morning. A Jeep Wrangler driven by 20-year-old Megan Smith struck a 21-year-old cyclist, a J1 visa student, causing life-threatening injuries. The cyclist was taken by EMS to a local area hospital for treatment. Smith was charged with DUI, forgery for a fake ID, and several other traffic offenses. For a complete article of this arrest, you can head right now to our website, coasttv.com. In Ocean View and parts of Bethany Beach, severe flooding hit them, and you can see these pictures on your screen now. These pictures are from around 8:30 tonight, shows streets completely flooded, including that one right there, a side road completely flooded. And for more on this, we're going to bring in our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. And Paul, Ocean View was a part that you said heavy flooding was to be expected.
And it came to fruition. In fact, we have an interesting stat for you as it pertains to Bethany Beach specifically for just a moment. Now, we still have a few lingering spot sprinkles along Muddy Neck Road, as well as coming near Omar Road and also West Beach Road, a little bit closer towards the Millville area. As we widen the scope here, we didn't see much in the way of widespread rain for everybody, but for the folks that received the rain, it came in thunderous and in a big way, but most of us were relatively clear. For example, we had 1.5 inches or more than that in Wallops Island, just as an example. But take a look at this. Bethany Beach, where you just saw that video, they received 3 inches of rain. In that shorter period of time, widespread flooding was occur, and it would occur, and it's a good example. A lot of times people don't understand how flooding works. Just because it's 3 inches of water, and you say, well, that's only 3 inches of water. That's not how it translates when it comes to standing water that's already there or dealing with the river, which is why you shouldn't begin to gauge with your own way of thinking just how much 2 inches of rain will affect your area. 3 inches caused widespread flooding in a major way in Bethany Beach with flash flooding there. We had 1 inch or over that in the Rehoboth Beach, Indian River Inlet, just shy of a full inch. 1/3 of an inch of rainforest in Dagsboro, just over 1/4 of an inch in Stokely, and then Del Mar just shy of 1/4 of an inch that fell there. As far as our storyline is concerned, Friday, possible isolated thunderstorm with partly sunny skies, still humid, but over the weekend, it looks mostly dry and muggy, but you can't rule out a spotty thunderstorm. But for the most part, the weekend's looking relatively dry compared to what we've dealt with throughout this week. Coming up, we'll talk more about your weekend forecast, but for right now, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. And floods have been an ongoing problem in Fenwick Island as well, which is why the town has plans to find solutions. The Infrastructure Committee recently hired an engineering firm to look over the bay side of town and come back with possible solutions for the town to implement. According to the town, this study will cost Fenwick Island around $300,000, but for one local on the bay side, he says it's needed.
It's only getting worse, and so there's not an understanding of how the water system drains here, the piping that's in there in the ground and where it goes to. So if we had a better understanding of that, we had a better understanding of how high the bulkhead should be.
The study plans to start in August and last a full year. The firm will then present to the town a 5-year plan on ways they can reduce flooding. New tonight, the first in nearly 10 years, the Delaware Public Service Commission has approved a settlement that will raise natural gas rates for Chesapeake utilities. Under the agreements, the commission says home heating customers will see bills go up about 6%. The company says that will add around $5.37 a month, and residential non-heating customers will pay about 6.5% more, which will add about an extra $2.74 a month. The food bank in Delaware is raising concerns over the impacts of President Trump's recently signed One Big Beautiful Bill. The Food Bank of Delaware says the legislation signed on July 4th includes many changes and cuts to the SNAP program and SNAPed program. The bill imposes stricter work requirements and for the first time shift parts of the cost of SNAP benefits to states. While the food bank says up to 37,000 Delawareans may be affected, they say they'll continue doing whatever it takes to keep food on the table for those in need.
We're not going to walk away from our mission. We're going to continue to be here as long as we can and do everything that we can do, because we know that their people are counting on us, and we have to do everything we can to be there for them.
Going back to Fenwick Island, the Planning Commission discussed plans to merge certain committees in the town together as one. They believe this will make the town more efficient and will increase workflow for Fenwick Island.
The amount of time that requires staff, and then to provide the minutes for it and the support for it, I feel like this will be a better use of the staff's time.
A motion to recommend merging certain committees together has been passed by the Planning Commission and will now be sent to the Council for further discussion. Route 24 worries. That's what prompted a meeting of state officials and neighbors in Long Neck today. The problem area, the intersection of Route 24 and Legion Road. Constituents were able to voice their concerns as more and more people crowd the roadway. As Coast TV News reporter Zakia Jennings shows us what locals say is a tragedy waiting to happen.
Cars and trucks waiting to turn on Route 24 from Legion Road. Bob Verdugo says turning onto either road is dangerous and nearly impossible.
It's important to actually see what's happening, not just look at data points which talk about traffic counts.
Verdugo says he and many others share the fear of being rear-ended while waiting to turn onto Legion Road and share the frustration of waiting 10 minutes to pull out onto Route 24. Dawn Russo says she's dealing with 2 times the anxiety, not only as a driver, but as a bicyclist.
I have not ridden my bike on Route 24 because it makes me nervous. I am terrified to drive between Oak Orchard Road and Long Neck Road on Route 24 because of the potential for accidents.
During Thursday's discussion, many people suggested 3 solutions: better timing with the 2 stoplights that are already set up, reduced speed, and a turn lane for westbound traffic. DelDOT engineer John Derryberry says these recommendations will now be taken into consideration.
We completed a traffic signal justification study at the intersection of SR 24 and Legion Road. It's still in draft format.
But Derryberry says the best solution is
access management is a great tool to restrict, the left turning movements. It's a safer alternative.
DelDOT says it will continue working with Representative Holofsky to come up with solutions to add to their traffic study that will best fit the needs of the people in this area. In Long Neck, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what is needed on Route 24. Let's take a look at the updated results from our 6 p.m. news hour. So far, the majority saying bypasses or alternates, 54%, with 29% saying more lanes. And we do have a comment tonight, Garrett of Lewis. He did say we needed more east and west routes besides the ones already if available. And if you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. Julianne Murray, chair of the Delaware Republican Party, has been nominated to serve as the next U.S. Attorney for the District of Delaware. This was confirmed to Coast TV by the executive director of the Delaware Republican Party, Nick Miles. Murray would succeed David Wise, who was appointed to the post in 2018 under President Trump and resigned from the position in January. Staying in the state of Delaware, the State Fair just announced the launch of a sensory inclusion initiative. They're teaming up with a nonprofit called Culture City, which helps people with sensory sensitivities or invisible disabilities. The program would be led by specially trained staff and will offer a quiet, safe space with tools like fidget toys and noise-canceling headphones to help guests feel more accommodated. Note, this is not the first time the fair is attempting a sensory initiative. In 2024, Sensory Friendly Afternoon was canceled after claims of not being sensory friendly by Autism Delaware. For more information on this event and the past one, you can visit CoastTV.com. Delaware is raising tolls and DMV fees starting August 15th. The toll on I-95 in Newcastle County goes from $4 to $5, and it's the same for cash payers and Easy Pass. The Route 1 tolls in Dover and Middletown for those with Delaware Easy Pass is $1.50 on weekdays and $4 on weekends. But here's the big change. For those paying cash or don't have Delaware Easy Pass, it's $2.50 and $6 respectively for weekends. The Indian River School District is seeking volunteers for its Citizens Budget Oversight Committee. The group reviews school finances, provides budget feedback, and promotes transparency. 10 citizen seats are available alongside district officials. Applicants must live in the district and submit a resume and an application form. Those are available at irsd.net by August 1st. Committee members serve 2-year terms and must complete state training.
Take a look at your Bay forecast. 86 for Friday and Saturday, 87 on Sunday. Your full forecast coming up.
But first, Riding Center reaches veterans. We'll show you how a program at Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding is giving former servicemen and women physical and emotional relief. We'll have that story in just 60 seconds.
Toyota is committed to you, our customers, which is why we believe in moving towards sustainability together, giving you the freedom to choose. By offering hybrids, our most popular engine, to plug-in hybrids, regular gas options, and 100% electric. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a no-cost maintenance plan and roadside assistance. Toyota, let's go places.
Protect what matters most and increase the value of your home with Spicer Brothers. From roofing and siding to windows, doors, and decks, we handle it all with quality craftsmanship you can trust.
Right now, get 20% off any exterior renovation project. That's 20% off your new lifetime roof, replacement windows, custom doors, durable siding, or outdoor deck. The choice is yours.
Don't wait for damage or rising costs. Take control of your home's beauty, value, and protection today. Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Imagine walking around with pain, anxiety, not sure who you can trust. Sounds pretty terrible, right? Well, for many of our veterans who suffer from PTSD, that is the reality. And for all veterans in this area, there is a program at Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding that aims to help our veterans combat those issues with a silent form of communication. Take a look.
Walk on.
John Dill spends his Fridays here at the Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding Center off Harbison Road.
Good boy.
His partner?
Yeah, you're good.
Patches the horse.
You're supposed to stay right with me.
Their weekly training and walks.
Walk on.
A far cry from the way Dill spent a majority of his life.
I joined the National Guard in 1971. Spent 42 years. I had a tour in Iraq, in Baghdad. I suffer with PTSD, and sometimes my PTSD acts up depending if I get stressed out. And this experience has helped me control that.
John is just one of the veterans taking part in this 8-week program. Another already is scheduled for the fall. Veterans groom their horses, walk them,
size up. Good job using your body there.
And practice various exercises like these.
Yay, Izzy! Good job, Iz. It develops a bond and a friendship between the veteran and the horse that builds confidence, self-esteem. We've seen amazing connection happen from the start of the session where we've had veterans reach out when they've had a bad day to come see their horse. So that's a sign too that relationship that's been developed is helping that veteran through difficult times.
What you're seeing here is described as natural horsemanship. It's not about doing tricks or anything like that. It's about communication, learning what the horse is feeling, how to speak with them, work with them, and above all, build trust. The veterans I speak with here say that's not something that is left in this arena. That trust and communication comes with them every moment when they go home.
It makes me very calm because I have some issues with anxiety.
That's Angela LaRosa, an Army veteran and newfound friend to Brumbley. Has it helped you in your life outside of here?
Oh yeah, tremendously.
How so?
Assert my boundaries, letting people know what I'm not going to accept, being more a little bit outspoken instead of always feeling like I couldn't rock the boat. But if I can handle the horses, I can handle people.
In the military, we learn to try to keep our feelings to ourselves because that's who it is, and we have a mission. But the thing is, if you're really actually having a problem, you're not only affecting yourself, but you're affecting other people, and you've got to take care of yourself.
By taking care of Patches.
Good boy. Filthy.
John says he's taking care of himself in a way he just couldn't before.
I think that they are a special breed of an animal, and they need attention just like we do. They have feelings, and we have feelings, and I think that you can share those feelings with them, and they understand those feelings. They understand you.
The horses, not just teachers, but healers.
You love that head massage, don't you?
Four-hooved heroes serving these heroes who served our country.
Good boy.
For Coastal Connections, I'm Madeline Overturf.
Taking a look at our tunnel razor camera, we're at 75 degrees in Lewis, and we're looking at the rain finally, cutting us some slack. How's that for a forecast? We need a little slack cut right about now. We will stay a bit on the cloudy side and in the 70s for the rest of this evening. We're at 75 degrees uniformly throughout a good portion of the county. 75 in Rehoboth, Lewis, Milton, Long Neck, Millsboro, Dagsboro, Gumboro, Delmar, Laurel, Seaford. That's a good number, right? Dew point temperatures in the 70s as well. So we received over 1.5 inches of rain in Wallops Island. Now, although we didn't get the widespread rain that we had yesterday or the day before, where we did receive the rain, it was pretty impactful. For example, we showed you the video of the massive flooding in Bethany Beach. Well, here's why. 3 inches of rain. Now, a lot of times people say, well, 3 inches of rain, that's only about that much rain. What's the big deal? That shouldn't cause flooding. Rain causes a lot more in the way of residual effects. So, 3 inches of rain may seem like that to you, but it can come off as this, depending on where you are, proximity to water, and a whole lot of other factors. By the way, we had over 1 inch of rain in Rehoboth, just shy of 1 inch on Indian River Inlet, 1/3 inch of rain in Dagsboro, Stokely, just over 1/4 inch, and just shy of 1/4 inch in Delmar. And that's just recently, not even including the other accumulations we have from the previous days. Yet another reason why flooding can occur with less rain than you think. But right now we're seeing the heaviest of scattered showers to our south, and we were fortunate. The initial model runs are indicating this would be up here a little bit more to the north. But because of this high pressure system, it's pushing this down, so to speak. It's blocking it. And we had flood warnings that were active for us at the beginning of the top of the hour, but they've been allowed to expire, and now the last remnants of the rain is pulling out of the way for Bottom Hills and all those areas. Light scattered showers for the most part. Now overnight, we're going to be in the low 70s. For tomorrow, along the coast, temperatures in the 80s. Most locations not even going to receive the rain. And since the winds are now coming out of the north or the northeast for most locations, we're not so worried about additional scattered showers. Now, we'll get a little sprinkle here or there. For example, in the early morning hours in Berlin, Ocean City, a few brief sprinkles there at 6:30. But then in the afternoon, we clear up into the mid-80s. It is going to be muggy, though. Got to give you that. Because although all the rain we've had, the evaporation effect is happening right now with all that moisture in the ground. And then for Saturday, it's going to be muggy as well. So Saturday, 86, Sunday, 87. Nice time to go out on the beach and enjoy yourself. Monday, the rain comes back in style. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's still in style. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be your best time to enjoy Chincoteague with temperatures in the mid-80s. We're looking for 80, 79, and then 80 in Ocean City for the next 3 days. And warmer than Lewis than, let's say, Rehoboth Beach. Mid-80s in Lewis, low 80s in Rehoboth Beach. Muggy in both locations. And I mean very muggy. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Keep in mind, we are going to enjoy a relatively dry weekend. We make a little renegade sprinkle here or there. Don't let that spook you for your outdoor plans. But don't have any outdoor plans if it's rain sensitive next week, because we're going to go right back to being rainy again.
Thank you, Paul. Now to Texas, where crews are searching mile after mile of debris-filled rivers. Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing dispatch of a volunteer firefighter who wanted to call for a code red to alert residents about the flooding. So what happened? Here's Morgan Chesky with that.
Family comes first. This is what we're supposed to do. Nobody goes home till both of my parents are found.
Tonight in Texas, with more than 170 people still missing, searchers on a river offering little closure. Robert Brake Jr. on a mission to find his beloved mother, swept away alongside his father in Friday's deadly surge.
I would hold him and hug him and tell him I love him. Thank you for being such great parents. That's what I would tell him.
Amid questions about whether more could have been done to warn people, tonight new dispatch audio obtained by NBC Austin affiliate KXAN revealing a volunteer firefighter asked to send a code red alert at 4:22 on the morning of July 4th.
Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
10-4 standby. We have to get that approved with our supervisor.
It's unclear when the first alert went out to Code Red subscribers, though the mayor says the first notification he received was at 6 a.m., 90 minutes later. Local officials have not responded to NBC News' request for comment.
It was apocalyptic.
Lisa Miller visiting Camp Mystic today after her 3 daughters survived, sharing how a counselor saved her youngest as the waters rose.
And it got up to her shoulders. So her counselor put her on her back to keep her safe.
A former Mystic camper herself, Miller says her daughter linked arms with girls in her cabin to keep from floating away.
Holding hands kind of in a chain.
Her daughter describing the last words she heard from camp director, Dick Eastland.
Okay, you girls be safe. I'm going to go help Bubble in. And that's the last that they saw him.
And tonight, authorities confirming that 5 campers and 1 counselor still remain unaccounted for from Camp Mystic. In the meantime, Washington confirming that President Trump will be visiting Kirk County tomorrow, although those details are still unclear.
President Donald Trump has announced a 50% tariff on all copper imports that takes effect on August 1st. In a late Wednesday social media post, the president said the move will help the country build a, quote, dominant copper industry. According to the London Stock Exchange, America imports about half of the copper it uses, with the most coming from China, Chile, Japan, and the Congo. Copper is a key component in a variety of goods, including electronics, batteries, and defense equipment. The tariffs on copper could make those goods more expensive. Coming up, a local college baseball player is headed down to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend festivities. Helping the homeless beat the heat, how you can help the residents of the Taros Village.
Your golf forecast, keep in mind that we're going to be watching out for the skeeter meter because, hey, it's about to become very steamy and very uncomfortable for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get out the repellent.
The Taros Village, it's an area for the homeless on the old Troop 7 site on Route 1, and it's asking for donations of bottled water to help keep its people cool in the heat. People can drive up to St. Jude, the Apostle Church, on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taros' goal is to collect 100 cases, but are looking for a more permanent solution.
While we continue to negotiate with Tidewater Utilities on opening a water spigot using the city water so that we don't have to collect all those plastic bottles and fill landfills and so on. So environmentally a better solution, but temporarily we need the bottled water.
Taros is also looking for donations of silt to help level the campground and prevent flooding from rain. In sports, the Delmarva region has a close connection to MLB All-Star Weekend this year. DSN's Tyler Aiken has more.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
All-Star Weekend is finally here. Now, I know the Home Run Derby isn't until Monday and the actual All-Star Game is on Tuesday, but there's more than just that going on down in Atlanta. Tomorrow night is the HBCU Swingman Classic, a showcase for baseball players at historically black colleges and universities. Maryland Eastern Shore catcher Jonathan Gonzalez-Perez was selected to play in the game, and he says it's a life-changing moment for him.
This is a huge opportunity. First off, being able to compete in front of all the MLB scouts, and I mean being handpicked out of all the many great athletes in HBCU schools to be able to participate in this tournament, it's probably up to now the biggest event in my baseball career, because it gives me a big opportunity to showcase in front of all the big league teams, and a good chance to get to play professional after college.
The game is nationally televised on MLB Network tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That's it for sports. Have a great night, folks.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. It's full of personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for our Feel Good Friday newsletter at coasttv.com/sign up directly to your inbox tomorrow. And a cool sight tonight in Milton, a rainbow around 8 p.m. And Paul, it was much deserved rainbow after the events of last couple nights.
Yeah, I know, man. We needed something pretty to look at. Oh, and by the way, speaking of phenomenons, listen, tonight is buck moon tonight and tomorrow, when male deer begin growing out their antlers, also known as thunder moon or early summer storms. By the way, this is also the farthest the full moon from the sun, just in case you were wondering. By the way, our umbrella giveaway winner is Fred Showaker of Laurel. Congratulations. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. For the next 3 days, I'm going to go out on a limb. You might get a sprinkle or two. Other than that, we're looking pretty clear for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You need a break from the rain, and enjoy that break, because we're back on the clock for all kinds of rain and storms and severe weather all of next week.
Thank you, Paul. Well, we know who to go for severe weather, and that's you. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11 for news and local weather. Download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, is up next. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.